What's going on, guys? This is Mikeinoid, and today we are going to be reviewing Bakugan Champions of Vestroia. I bought the deluxe version of the game at Best Buy for $60 and played through the main story. I did a majority of the side quests and I did an online match. So I believe I am ready to give my complete opinions on this game and tell you if it is worth playing or not. This review will contain some spoilers and I will remind you when those are coming up. If you don't know what Bakugan is, let me just sum it up for you real quick. In real life, Bakugan is a card game that uses marbles that can be rolled onto a piece of metal, which will cause them to open up. In the TV show, Bakugan are pretty much giant aliens that come from Vestroia. When on Earth, they shrink down into balls and can grow back when played in a battle. The current show is called Bakugan Battle Planet / Armored Alliance, and the old show that aired in 2010 in the US is called Bakugan Battle Brawlers. Champions of Vestroia is based on the current show and it's exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. Before we review the game, I am going to show the unboxing of the deluxe version of the game. For those who were in my live stream, you probably already saw this, so feel free to skip ahead, but here is the unboxing for everyone else. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and open up the Bakugan Champions of Vestroia Deluxe Edition. Now, I'm pretty impressed with this box. It's got some 3D parts, like this kind of like pops out over here. So does this part over here. So the whole point of the Deluxe Edition is that not only do you get the game, but you also get the exclusive toy, which is Ultima Dragonoid. You basically get a description of what the game's about, and it even shows Ultima Dragonoid opened up. And it even says that you get 1 Bakugan, 2 Baku cores, and 1 gate card. And then on the side, you just get the title of the game. And that will be the same for the other side as well. So just for a quick size comparison, let's go ahead and take a look at it compared to a regular size game. I know we're going to open it up and get the Bakugan game, but just for a little bit of comparison, it's a pretty big box. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be. And then this is the Boyo Boyo Tetris box that came with some keychains. And even this box is not as big as this one. So when they said deluxe, they actually meant it. So I'm just going to take off the shrink wrap here and we're going to open it up and take a look at our Bakugan. So like I said, it's a pretty nice box. Let's go ahead and open it up. And then I guess we just pull out this little tab right here. And then look at that. It's actually packaged really nice. Here is the Bakugan. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I think the packaging could have been nicer, but obviously we care more about what's inside. But still would have been nice to get something a little bit more professional looking. And then here is the game, which is the same size as the other ones. This one's not wrapped. This is actually just the regular game. So this is what you get if you just got the standard edition. I don't want to just have everything go flying, so I'm trying to be a little bit careful. Okay, so here are the 2 Baku cores. So this is, I believe this is how they look now with Armored Alliance. And so this is basically what replaced gate cards from the original Bakugan series. But that doesn't matter because apparently we still get a gate card. I'm guessing they brought him back. I think they brought him back quite recently. Oh, got a nice picture of Dragonoid on there. Really nice card. I'd rather use these than the Baku cores to open up the Bakugan, in my opinion. And then we got the character card. I guess it didn't mention it came with the character card on the box, but we get it. As you can see, it has 1000 B power. And then I guess 1 attack. And then here is Ultima Drago. It's not a bad looking Bakugan. And I know we can, I think we still have to pull out a few things. Okay, so it shows his B power in there as well. Let me see, let me try to get his horn out. Alright, so I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I cannot get his horn out for the life of me. So I guess just pretend it came out. But this is what we get basically. And then this is him all balled up. And we have a little hole right here. And I'm guessing that's for the Baku gear that is currently being sold at retail stores. So we're gonna try and roll him onto the card. Of course I miss. Oh, no. Hold on, we'll get it. We'll get it. There we go. Alright, that was pretty cool. So yeah, that's basically the deluxe version of Bakugan Champions of Vestroia. Pretty cool Bakugan. We got a pretty nice gate card and character card. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied of what came inside of the box. However, the game is a completely different story. So the game has you play as a young kid who discovers his or her first Bakugan, battles other kids, or sometimes adults, participates in tournaments, and discovers the mysterious earthquakes that are happening in your town. You get to choose between 5 different Bakugan, and whichever one you choose becomes your partner and talks to you during the course of the game. So here comes that spoiler warning that I was talking about. This is mainly for, I guess, Bakugan fans. I'm about to talk about Leonidas and when you get to encounter him. Now, Leonidas is a video game exclusive Bakugan that was introduced as the player's partner Bakugan in the OG Bakugan game. And this is his first appearance since then. You encounter Leonidas when competing in the last tournament. After you beat the kid who has Leo, Leo declares that he was too weak for him and joins up with you. You and Leonidas then sneak into the evil boss's lair and destroy the drill, and that's the end of the game. Now, I couldn't care less about this story. As much as I loved seeing Leo back, he wasn't enough to get me to care for this story. This was probably the most bland storytelling and least interesting characters I've ever seen in a video game. The game probably took me roughly 15 to 20 hours to beat. I skipped a couple of side quests and I'm still missing a couple Bakugan, so 100%ing the game will take a few more hours to do so. This game could have easily been beaten in less than 10 hours if it wasn't for the unnecessary battles and the quests. I'm going to talk more about the battle system later, but in terms of how many battles you need to do in order to progress is insane. For example, in the final area of the game, you need to fight against 9 guards that have a full team of Bakugan and each having 1 to 2 diamond Bakugan, which is the highest level a Bakugan can reach. Like, I can understand why tournament contestants have a full team, but why does a guard need to have 3 powerful Bakugan? It was fine in the beginning where a guard would have 1 to 2 Bakugan, but after halfway through the game, everyone has 3 Bakugan in their team. This not only made the important battles boring, but it dragged out the game longer than it needed to be. The quests of this game can get annoying. Most of the side quests have you go around the map and look for specific objects or to find certain NPCs. And some main quests are like that too. It wouldn't have been so bad if the map was in the corner of the screen and you can easily see where you needed to go, but you had to keep pressing X to pull it up, which felt really sluggish. It's ridiculous how tedious this game can really get. The graphics and art style aren't that good, to be honest with you. I mean, it's tolerable. The Bakugan designs are easily the best part of the designs, especially when you get a new Bakugan. It looks pretty sick. But everything in between is really low quality. I mean, have you seen all the characters and NPCs in the game? They look awful. The music was okay in the beginning, but once you realize how much they loop, it gets boring real quick. I mean, I just ended up turning on my own music to play in the background. Speaking of audio, there is no voice acting with any of the dialogue from all the characters. The only voice acting is from the grunts that the Bakugan make when they battle. Haha, let's talk about the battle system. You and your opponent run around the area to try and get Baku cores to power up your Bakugan. This allows you to use one of the 4 moves that a Bakugan can use. These moves can be swapped out for better moves that come from quests or the store. Moves can range from an attack, healing, dealing damage over time, and increasing and decreasing stats. Leveling up your Bakugan is essential since this will allow you to use stronger moves and get access to Baku gear, which are boosts for your Bakugan that can be activated by collecting orange Baku cores. Your Bakugan starts out at the normal rank, then it goes to Hyper, Titan, Maximus, and then Diamond. Now, I like the fact that you can choose specific moves and customize your team layout. I think it's best to use 3 Bakugan from different factions. Trying out different strategies was definitely the most fun part of this game for me. However, you don't need to depend on those strategies to win, thanks to the gameplay mechanics. Charging up all 3 Bakugan allows you to use a team attack, which can defeat a Bakugan instantly. There is no limit to how many team attacks you can use, so you can use 3 team attacks to defeat all 3 of your opponent's Bakugan to win. This was even the best way in some cases to quickly beat an opponent. Just running around collecting cores takes up a lot of time, but it takes up even more time when either you or your opponent uses an attack or switch Bakugan, because it stops what you're doing and plays the worst animated cutscenes in a battle sequence of a game I've ever seen. And I haven't even mentioned the abilities your brawlers can use when collecting cores. There are brawler abilities that you can purchase from the shop that can help you collect cores better or sabotage the other player. You can choose to run faster, instantly collect cores when you walk over them, or have them come to you when you walk near them. Or there are the ones that will knock down your opponent or slow them down. Getting hit by one of those is just awful. Both take too long to recover from, which makes battles longer than they already are. These battles were okay in the beginning of the game, but once you progress, you realize how horrendous this system really is. Leveling up your Bakugan as soon as you can will help make battles shorter, but once you start fighting the Diamond Bakugan, you're going to be begging it to stop. Playing online was surprisingly smooth. I did 1 match and it's basically just like a normal match. I couldn't stop laughing because I was paired up with someone who had weak Bakugan and just destroyed him with my Diamond Bakugan. So I'm sure by now you can tell what my final verdict of this game is going to be. I was really enjoying it at first, to be completely honest with you guys. It's been a while since a Bakugan game has been released, but after halfway through, I came back down to reality, and this is just nothing but a poorly made cash grab that had no thought or passion put into it. And don't even get me started on some of the bugs I encountered when I was playing. Oh. My bad, I didn't mean to do that. So far, honest, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. I'm kind of into the game. Now, I know it. Okay, it's stuck. Yo. It crashed. Look, and it glitched. Look at that. Look at that. This game's embarrassing. Look at that. Oh, bruh. Charging people $50 to $60 is just insulting. I am not exaggerating when I say $50 can buy you a much better game for your Switch than this overpriced junk. For those who aren't fans of Bakugan, I mean, just stay away from this game, alright? If you see it in stores, don't touch it and just slowly back away from it. Now, for Bakugan fans, you might still be interested in trying it out, and if that's the case, I say just wait for it to go on clearance for $10 at the most. Maybe $15 if you find the Deluxe Edition, but anything higher would be paying too much. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. I just wanted to say thanks to everyone who was with me when I was live streaming the game, especially the last stream, because that was painful. I definitely want to play the OG Bakugan game on stream, and even Defenders of the Core, so be sure to look out for that. Let me know what you guys think about Bakugan Champions of Vestroia in the comments below. Thank you guys guys for watching, and of course, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Did you hear they're making a video game about Bakugan? I hope it's good. Yeah, I hope so too.
From